Hey you guys, it's IRENE'S Braids and I am back with another video. Alright you guys, so today I'll be doing a video on large knotless braids, more so in between large and jumbo. So I'm going to be doing some large knotless braids and I'm going to add on some curls. We are using a deep twist color 2 free twist crochet hair, and I actually got 2 packs, but to be honest you guys, to do her whole entire head I only use one. So get two just in case, if you like your thickness of the curl to be different from how I added in my curl, but I got two just in case. All right, so this is her natural hair, and I'm going to blow dry it out bone straight using my yellow bird blow dryer. And now that it is blow dried straight, I shouldn't say bone straight, but just more so straight, not bone straight, because bone straight would be more so blown out, but then also silk pressed out. So it's not bone straight. However, it is straight enough to apply some braids. All right, guys. So this is what the color 2 free twist deep twist hair looks like. And it matches her hair to the T. I'm also using Expressions color 2 braiding hair. And I'll be using that braiding hair for the knotless braids. So to begin my style, I'm using Shiny Jam for the gel that I'm using to part her hair out. And then I'm also using my IRENE'S Braids Precision Parting Comb. So as I'm working to get the parting nice and straight, I also applied a little bit of the Shiny Jam to help clean up those parts, I'm sorry. And I'm going to start shaping out my squares. Now, for the first row, I will only do about 3 boxes for the first row, and I'm only doing 3 because of the sizing of the nape of her hair. And I like to call it the kitchen, okay? This is the kitchen to me, okay? This is that old school kitchen, all right? So I only did 3, and that equaled out to the amount and the sizing that I was looking for. And so I part the sections into 3 sections, and then I like to use my index and thumb finger to add the hair and braid it through her natural hair. And I braid it down about 3 times before I add another piece of braiding hair. And then I braid it down again about 2 times to 3, and I add another piece of braiding hair. And as I'm adding, I like to roll and tuck the client's natural hair behind the braiding hair, so that way you don't see it as much. Sometimes I'm not able to until I get to a good stop, but what I do is I like to make sure that I'm braiding at a nice close tightness, with a nice close tightness. That way the braids are nice and precise. Okay? So with that being said, let's continue watching. All right, you guys, so I am working on my second row of knotless braids. As you have seen so far, I'm keeping the same precision. I'm trying to stay within the same consistency of the braid that I'm looking for. And after I finish this braid, I will start on with my third row. And with that third row, it would be more so towards the middle of her head, and I'll be parting my parts now with U-shaped parting. So you'll be able to see what that looks like as I move forward to parting out the third row in the next clip here. Now guys, keep in mind that I'm making sure that I'm keeping my braids nice and tight with the same consistency. And you will also notice that I'm not going to braid down every single braid and add a curl immediately. I'm going to try to wait until I get done with all of her braids and then add the curls in towards, the ending. And I only do it this way because it seems like it goes by a little faster, especially when you get all the parting out of the way and then you're cleaning up those areas to add the braid. It goes by much more faster and you kind of have a regimen. So do it the way that you prefer to do it, to each its own. However, this is the way I chose to do it for this particular style. All right, guys, to just reiterate what I was just saying earlier, I've sectioned it out into 3 sections, as you see here. And then I start with the right side of my fingers, and I grab the third layer of hair towards the right. And I'm going to move my index and thumb finger over and grab the left, leave the middle out, add in a piece between my index and thumb finger, and I'm going to braid it through. And that's how I start off my knotless braid. And I try to count down from 2 to 3 times of adding in the hair to adding another piece. And then I braid it down about 2 to 3 more times and I add another piece. But to be honest with you guys, as I specify in every video, I will make this statement. It's all by the touch. You'll know when you need to add in more hair. When it's feeling a little thinner, you need to add in more hair. That's how you want to judge it. Now, there's nothing wrong with keeping a pattern here. You can do that, but if you don't need so much of the braiding hair, then don't add it. You only add by what you feel that you need. All right? So with that being said, let's continue watching. All right, you guys, so I did one row with the U-shaped parting, and then what I did was I kind of pre-parted out my sections to see how many rows are going to be equivalent to 4 rows for the top. Now, with the 4 rows for the top, I just braid them straight back. And then I also like to make sure I make a clean middle part, so that way that she's able to style them in the middle, left and right, up and down, and be able to do that freely without feeling like, okay, well, I don't have the option to do either or. So she will have the option to style however she so chooses to do so. All right. So with that being said, let's continue watching, you guys. I really don't have too much to say in this particular video. Knotless braids is something that I show a lot within those who are subscribed to my channel. So if you feel that this video was not detailed enough for you, I do have more knotless braids videos, and there are some that are just specifically on how to do a knotless braid. This particular video is just more so on showing you a different style when doing the knotless braids. All right. So with that being said, let's continue watching.